And what else is new? Hello and welcome, everyone. It is Thursday, May the 13th, 2021, and this is episode number 52 of the podcast. Sorry, we are a tad late tonight, but we were trying to figure out some technical things. If you are new around here, I am Jen. This is my son, Dan.
Hello.
And tonight's topic, not sure what he's doing. Tonight's topic, we are talking all about the Jersey Devil legend. So with the opening of the coaster coming up sometime in the next few months at Great Adventure, we wanted to talk about the legend. And then when the coaster opens up, we're going to talk to you all about the coaster too. So Dan, how are you?
I'm taking care of things. Continue with the intro.
Okay.
I gotta take care of this real fast.
Okay, it's just that you didn't welcome us yet.
Yeah, I know I didn't.
Okay.
Continue. I'll welcome as soon as I'm... Yeah.
So if you are new around here, please subscribe and turn your notifications on so you are notified when we upload new content or go live, like we do here every Thursday night on the podcast. We are actually, if you are new around here, we are a third of Spencer's Ventures. The rest of the members are my husband John and my daughter Rachel, my daughter Paul, and my stepson JJ. And we go out to Great Adventure often. We run around Six Flags like maniacs. We just did a trip to Disney. So if you're new, you might want to go check out some of those vlogs and just enjoy the content that we have to offer.
Yeah.
So Dan, are you going to welcome us officially to this podcast?
No,
I don't like
because
him.
you keep pushing me for it, and it's not going to happen. Anyway.
Okay, you're going to lose your chance.
Hopefully you guys are all doing well. You know, we do this every Thursday night, 7:30. We're late, I know. For once, you know what? No, it's not even my fault.
Well, I like to say 7:30-ish. But this was more like...
She likes to say that so that she has no obligation.
This was more like 7:45-ish.
But
hey, sometimes we have issues. It's not like we do this for a living.
That doesn't mean you can't be punctual. And speaking of punctuality, it's about time to... Welcome to the podcast! Podcast! Yeah!
Okay, that was loud, man.
Yeah, well, push me for it again, and it'll get louder and louder every time. That's the new rule. Also, sorry if anyone's wearing headphones.
Yeah, I mean, if you would just do things on cue, then I wouldn't have to push.
No, I don't have a
anyway,
cue. There's no cue.
I was going to skip this week's segment of What's in Your Cup.
I need my boost. Hold on. I'm going to go take care of that while you deal with other...
Okay, so, yeah, I've got a Diet Coke from McDonald's tonight.
And I have a boost!
I'm sure that I'll be making coffee at some point. But, yes, that's what I'm drinking tonight.
Boost!
And this guy's got Boost coming, so that's what he's drinking tonight. So, here we go. I think we're going to jump right into it because I want to get right into the topic. I have a lot of things that I printed out. Not that I don't know the legend and the stories, but there were actually some things here that I did not know or I had forgotten. So I made sure that I got all the information I wanted printed out so that I would not miss anything. So let's get started. Let's talk about the
birth of the devil.
The legend that I heard most often growing up. So we're gonna jump right into this. Now here's something that I never knew before. For the podcast, I was trying to find, and I didn't find anything, but I also didn't have time to look really hard. So, apparently, designated in 1938 as the country's only state demon, this is how the Jersey Devil has been described. Kangaroo-like creature with the face of a horse, the head of a dog, horns, and a tail. So that's the image that I grew up with. I wonder if I forgot to get a...
Sorry, I might be a little distracted tonight, guys.
I forgot to get a screenshot to show you, but this is the image of the Jersey Devil that I grew up on. That's my boy right there. Okay, so I did not know that he was our state demon. I
didn't even know.
Apparently,
hold on, I'm gonna look that up real fast.
Okay, I mean, apparently we are the only state to have a state demon. That makes sense.
Never mind, that answers my question.
And he was designated in 1938 as a state demon. Who knew? That's something that I did not know. I never heard that before. But it is the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay, so let's get down to the most common legend. There were two versions of the story that were the most common I heard growing up. And the first one was when Mrs. Leeds found out she was pregnant with her 13th child, she said that if she were to have one more child, may it be a devil. And then the other version that I heard kind of secondary to that, let's see, Mrs. Leeds had given birth to 12 children and was about to give birth to her 13th. The story goes that Mrs. Leeds invoked the devil during a very difficult and painful labor, and that when the baby was born, it either immediately or very soon afterwards, depending on the version that you hear,
Same thing.
Grew into a full-grown devil and escaped from the house. So another version was, and I had heard this before, is that the child/devil was the result of a family curse. In another version, Mrs. Leeds, who was a Quaker, had refused to be converted from the Quaker faith, and that the clergyman who had been trying to convert her was so angry that he told her her next child would be an offspring of Satan. I don't think I've ever heard that version before.
I heard I heard a version where the 13th child didn't make it through labor, and then I forget the specifics, but through that somehow became a demon and was like resurrected, or however you want to phrase that.
Okay, so then another version that I think I may have heard this once. Another version is that the child was born a monster and that Mrs. Leeds cared for the child until her death. In this version, the child flew off into the swamps after Mrs. Leeds' death. Okay. So that is the legend. But there were sightings many years later. This was supposedly in like 17 something. I don't have the exact date, but there is a date somewhere later. Anyway, so here we go. So let's see. There were Long Beach fishermen who said that they saw the Jersey Devil serenading a mermaid in 1870. That's fun. But here are the best known sightings. Were in January 1909. There was a week of like a reign of terror of the Jersey Devil. When Councilman E.P. Whedon of Trenton claimed to have been awoken by flapping wings outside his bedroom window. The councilman said he found cloven footprints in the snow and several other instances of similar footprints reported in Trenton at the time.
That couldn't be a deer, no.
So within a week of his sighting, many other people said that they heard him or saw him. News of multiple sightings were reported in local papers. The January 1909 sightings were not limited to New Jersey. They were reported sightings across the river in Pennsylvania and some sightings in Delaware as well. And I believe those sightings across the river were in Bristol, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. People have found strange tracks and attributed them to the Jersey Devil. One instance of such tracks was reported along with loud shrieks near Mays Landing in 1960. Also in 1960, I don't think I remember this, merchants in Camden offered a $10,000 reward for the capture of the Jersey Devil. They said they would build a private zoo to display the creature if anyone could capture it. The reward is still unclaimed. Just letting you know. So if you want to make a quick 10,000, you might be able to capture the Jersey Devil. And no, I don't know. Okay. So, now the legend also says that Deborah Smith, who was married to Japheth Leeds, was the mother Leeds in the story. She was the mother of the Jersey Devil. She was the Mrs. Leeds. So her name was Deborah Smith and then Leeds. But we have to go back a little bit. Should we put the genealogy in at this point or tell the rest of the story going back?
I need prep time for the genealogy. You need to give me like a second or two.
Okay, well, I think that's what we'll do here is we will head to that video now. I filmed just a quick video earlier of my mother's genealogy chart that is now mine. To show you guys
here
how
is
we are
the genealogy chart that my grandmother made for my mother. I believe she put this together sometime in the 70s. And she did all of the research for everybody on here herself. She went to Vital Statistics and all that stuff, and she researched it. There was no internet back then, so it was the only way to do it. So this side would be my grandmother's side, and this side over here is my grandfather's side. So this is the Leeds side over here, and this is the Gilbert side. So I know that there's a terrible glare on this right now, but as I move in closer, you'll be able to see. I'll try to get that glare out. Unfortunately, I don't really have a better place to do this without glare, so we're just going to deal with it. But I got some stuff to show you on the genealogy chart. Okay, so we are in here. We're over here on the Leeds side, and we start right over here. Sorry about that. There we go. So we start here, you see, with Daniel Leeds. Okay, and I'm sorry about the glare. I'm trying. Okay, and Daniel Leeds married Dorothy Young. I believe this was his second wife, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have Japheth Leeds, who married Deborah Smith. And Japheth and Deborah were thought to be, or that the legend says that they were the Jersey Devil's parents, that Deborah Leeds or Deborah Smith was the mother Leeds in the story. Then from there, you've got Robert Leeds, which was from Japheth and Deborah. And then it just goes on to Jonathan and Enoch and Jonathan again. And all the way to my mother's grandparents and great-grandparents. So, there's that on that side. So, we are related on this side to the legend of the Jersey Devil. And it all stemmed from Daniel Leeds. So, let's go to the other side because I got something interesting to show you over there. Now we come to my grandmother's side, which was the Gilbert side. Her maiden name was Gilbert. And this is pretty interesting. As soon as I find it, where is it? There we go. Okay, so on the Gilbert side, we also have Daniel Leeds. Yes, it is the same Daniel Leeds, married to Dorothy Young. I'm sorry, the glare is terrible, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Let me see if I can, there we go. I can block it a little bit. Okay, so we've got that. And so, okay, so Daniel Leeds, also Mary Leeds was his daughter, married John Stockton. And John Stockton was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. So that is very cool. Look that up. I do have one hanging around here somewhere, but I'm not getting that out right now. It is also said in some of the stories, I don't know if I've already said this in the podcast or not, but a couple of the stories say that Mary Leeds was Mother Leeds, the mother of the Jersey Devil. I don't buy that. I buy that it was Deborah Smith, that she was the one in the legend, but whatever. And then so you just come down here and you see all these great people. I'm sorry about that glare. It's terrible. So, where'd he go? Daniel Leeds on the Gilbert side. See, Dorothy Young. And Daniel Leeds on the Leeds side as well. But the Jersey Devil, the descendants came from Daniel and then Japheth and Deborah. And that's how we are related to the Jersey Devil. It's right there in our genealogy chart. It's awesome. There's a lot of other really cool stuff on here. We have people from that fought in the Revolutionary War, stuff like that. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So, get you guys back to the podcast now.
No.
Okay.
Are we back?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't
I don't
pause?
know why your
Why is this
video
not
cut
pausing?
like that, but cool.
Okay, I don't know why this isn't. I'm trying to get it to pause and it's not pausing. Okay.
Cool.
It paused now. Okay, so that was, sorry that the video was very glary and stuff, but I think that you guys get the idea that I am a descendant of the legend of the Jersey Devil, the people involved in it. But we're going to go back further. I showed you Daniel Leeds was Japheth's father. There's more to the Jersey Devil whole thing than just that legend. There is a really odd connection. It is believed by a lot of people that the Jersey Devil, or as it was known at one time, the Leeds Devil, actually stemmed from a religious and political feud. So let's get into that because it's really interesting. So here we go. Okay, so Daniel Leeds, wait, I had, where did it go? Here it is. I need this one first. Okay, so Daniel Leeds came to America in 1677 and settled in Burlington. He actually came here on the ship Shield. You can actually look up the ship Shield. If you Google it, it does come up. And of course, he was from Leeds, England. He was born there. So he published an almanac, and it was called the
Almanac.
Almanac. Sorry, I know I'm choking on my words. It was called the American Almanac. So it contained astrological data, among other things, sayings and things like that. The types of things that almanacs include, but it had a lot of astrology stuff in it. So, let's see. Leeds' almanac was accused by the Quaker meeting of using inappropriate language as well as symbols and names that were too pagan for their liking. Let's see. At their next gathering, Leeds made a public apology, but still an order was sent out to collect and destroy all copies. This made Leeds resentful, and he broke with the group and continued publishing his almanac. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I don't think we need that. But yeah, so I mean, basically, they called him evil. The Leeds devil name
Okay, so here we are. All right, there we go. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, pause or whatever.
I'm trying to get it to work. It's okay. So now are we on this one still? No? Oh, I kind of need to know.
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know where the sound cut off.
It was literally
Okay,
just a
so
couple
basically,
seconds ago.
Titan Leeds took over the almanac from his father. He changed it from the American Almanac to Leeds Almanac. And that is getting in my way. So at that point, I don't know why. Okay, so at this point, Q. Here we go. Okay. So Q. Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin wanted to he wanted to publish his Poor Richard's Almanac. But there was competition because the Leeds Almanac was really popular and it was out there. So Benjamin Franklin decided to create a little hoax and have a little bit of fun, which Titan Leeds was not amused by at all. So Benjamin Franklin in Poor Richard's Almanac predicted that Titan Leeds would die in 1733. When the prediction didn't pan out, Leeds called Franklin a fool and a liar. Never missing a beat, Franklin claimed that since Titan Leeds had died, his ghost must be doing all of the shouting. Leeds tried to defend himself, but Franklin kept a straight face and argued that Leeds had been resurrected from the dead. And it worked because Poor Richard's Almanac became famous, while the Leeds Almanac dwindled. And Titan Leeds actually died in 1738. So 5 years after it was predicted. And Franklin and Titan went back and forth. And you have to remember that back then, you didn't have phones, you didn't have internet, you didn't have the instant thing going on. And so this was all done via writing and via pamphlets and stuff like that. So it was quite the war between them. So by the time of the Revolutionary War, the Leeds Devil stood as a symbol of political ridicule and scorn. So the Leedses were not very popular at all. It's kind of a shame, because they were just trying to like make their way and do their thing. So post-revolution, the legend of the Leeds Devil drifted into obscurity until the early 20th century. And then that's when all of the sightings started happening and it was published in the paper and all of that stuff. We really need to get this mic fixed.
The Jersey Devil sponsored by Boost.
I think that was all of. I think that's all of the history that I have. So basically, the Jersey Devil legend it goes all the way back to Daniel Leeds. And Daniel Leeds had 9 children, one of which was Japheth Leeds, who married Deborah Smith, who the legend was about.
No, it's very fitting that this is about the Jersey Devil. This podcast has been nothing but hell.
Yes, that is true. So
this was like made to just be a dumpster fire.
And the whole thing stemming back to,
I'm sorry, I gotta lower this a smidge,
to Daniel and his son Titan and Benjamin Franklin.
Yes,
that was very interesting to me. So the Leeds devil was kind of already out there. It just wasn't the devil that we know now. It was actually, you could argue that it was Daniel Leeds that was actually the Leeds devil, or Titan, according to Benjamin Franklin. So, but Franklin knew that the Leeds, or Franklin knew that the Leeds family had issues with the Quakers, that there was a feud there, that there was this political thing going on. So even though Benjamin Franklin was in Philadelphia, news does travel from Burlington, New Jersey to Philadelphia.
Not that crazy far.
Yeah, and so
even then,
it's just wild and crazy, and I love it, and I love that it's part of my family tree. The genealogy chart is sitting behind us. It will probably sit there for a long time. But so that is the story, and that is how we are related. And hopefully, maybe at some point I'll do like a short video.
You know what we should do?
To put up for those, because we don't know how long the sound was out either, but we're winging it.
It was only like a minute on the long end.
Okay, so hopefully you guys heard that. But if you have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat or throw them in the comments after we're done going live. Well, I'd be happy to answer those for you.
I would love if we could get a bunch of people together and do a parody music video of the Fresh Prince theme, but instead of that whole scenario, the whole scenario he plays there, this is a story all about how I'm related to the Jersey down south, and you just continue and just go off.
No.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Okay,
Someone make that parody.
Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to bring up is actually about the Jersey Devil coaster. So Six Flags put out another update video about the coaster, and things are getting done. Like electrical is either almost done or done. They talked a lot about the queue. If you guys haven't seen this video, go to Six Flags Great Adventure, go to their YouTube page, and I think it update number 9, or I don't remember now, but they have a Jersey Devil update. Look at the last one. They're talking about the queue and the landscaping and all of that stuff. So it's going to be like a Pine Barrens type landscape, and in the front they're going to have almost like a park entry way. I don't know how to describe it. It's going to look kind of like a county or national park, very sick. Woodsy. And then
I didn't even know they were going to do
right. And then through the queue itself, they're going to tell the story. They're going to tell the legend, and there's going to be pictures.
See which one they do.
I think it's going to be similar to this, where they're going to throw out different versions of it. From what I could tell. So yeah, and when they first announced this coaster, I said, I really hope the queue tells the story of the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, you did say that.
And they don't just make something up. Like, I want them to tell the actual legend. I want that to be there.
I would have been fine if they made something up, but I didn't expect them to do anything more than theming.
Right. Of course, it's not.
I didn't expect, like, incredible theming.
Right. I mean, it's obviously not going to go back to Daniel Leeds and Titan Leeds and Benjamin Franklin, but I just think it's neat that there is a Benjamin Franklin connection to our family, even though it was through a feud. And the fact that, the whole idea of a Leeds devil was from way back. It was from the first Leeds settler here in New Jersey. from England, directly from England. So I found that very interesting.
It's funny. I was just gonna say I think I know someone related to Ben Franklin, but no, it's Abraham Lincoln. He's related to.
Well, we're not related to Franklin.
No, but to have that.
So we could have started a new feud.
No, just so I can rub it in his face.
A Franklin Leeds feud.
Just some stupid.
And if you if you're interested in history and stuff like that, and you research Ben Franklin a little bit, he was not a nice guy. He really wasn't. He was a bit of an ass. He really was. He was famous for pulling pranks, like setting up hoaxes. There were many hoaxes.
No, not infamous. He was just famous for it.
And this one was one of them. With the whole predicting Titan Leeds' death, and poor Titan got all in an uproar, like, no, I'm here, all of the shouting, and he probably should have not said a word. But anyway, yeah, so he was very upset about that, and Franklin ran with it. I mean, it's what you do, but if you research Benjamin Franklin a little bit, you'll find out he really wasn't that great of a guy. So, and not just for that, other things. Like if you research it, you'll see.
So, Gandhi was horrible too. No one really cares. So honestly, I think I've had enough of this podcast. That was tonight was hell. And speaking of hell, I hope you guys enjoyed the Jersey Devil podcast. It was
so you think you're done? Yeah, we got to figure out what's happening with our sound too.
Oh, it wasn't even just everything went to a downward spiral tonight.
No, it did.
You guys know I don't like cutting the podcast short or anything.
It is the 13th. I mean, I chose the 13th for the Jersey Devil, and yet everything.
You could not have chosen.
Everything seems to have gone really ridiculously wrong, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not a
We're still here.
superstitious person, but this might make me believe. So yeah, I'm not one for cutting the podcast at like the 40-minute mark or anything. I typically am the one who wants to do longer podcasts.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, no, this is not. I'm not vibing with this. So,
all right. Well,
hopefully you guys have had great nights. Hopefully y'all subscribe if you did enjoy, of course. And make sure you tell your friends to share the channel. Spread the good word. Maybe not about this video in particular. Maybe not this. I wouldn't mind building a wall. Just in this wall off this video.
All right. So
this didn't happen.
Yeah, we're sorry about some of the crazy interruptions. Sorry about losing the audio. We don't know what the heck is going on, but
I don't like this.
But we're gonna try to.
I forgot we weren't on that mic. That might just peak the audio.
We're gonna what?
I forgot we weren't on this mic. That might just peak the audio.
Nice. Okay. So we're gonna get this figured out. So that we hopefully don't ever lose our audio again.
We probably just need a new cord.
It happens so much for whatever reason. So.
I don't know why, guys. I didn't cut the cord.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. So, all right, guys. Dan has had enough. I'm good. I don't need to go any further. We've told you guys the story. We've told you guys the history. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you missed something because our audio was out, and you want to know, you got questions, put them down below. We will answer anything for you.
I should have been doing Shaggy impressions the whole time because, running away from ghouls and all that would have been such a good
sticker.
That would have been such a good set piece.
Okay, but you didn't. So
man, the devil, he's right there. Raggy, where are you?
And that is going to do it for another podcast. We do hope that you enjoyed it, even though it was insane. We're going to see you next week, guys.